Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, world. Good evening, wherever you are getting me from. Elias Munshya here on TVBAKWETU. If you're not on TVBAKWETU, Ninshi, where are you? I mean, please share this with as many people as possible because we have a few things to talk about this evening. We are coming a little bit early. I'm coming a little bit early. Because we're used to coming at 21 hours. Nobody low at maybe. I don't know whether it works or it doesn't work. But anyway, here we are. I've missed you because it's been several weeks from the last time I was here. So I've missed you a lot. It's been a busy 2 weeks, court and stuff like that. But my friends on TVBAKWETU have always been here to hold fort and to present excellent programs, be it the Linda Banks show on Sundays. Don't miss it. I think one of the most remarkable shows on the Linda Banks show was the Gabon disaster program. That one really, really resonated with a lot of you, and we've received a lot of feedback. And then, of course, the Dr. Jones Kasonso on one-on-one with Dr. Jones Kasonso on Mondays, amazing. And then Saturday we have Mr. Nkwidimba, where he speaks with constituencies, actually speaking to the people right on the ground. Bantu, you used to tell us we don't, we are not on the ground. So Mr. Mapanza Nkwidimba's programs on Saturdays, it goes to speak to the grassroots. And last week we had Honorable Kakoma Sefulo Kakoma of Mwandi. Last year she appeared on our show, and she's our friend. And so we are very, very proud of what she's doing. And then on Thursdays we have the Frank Saliki show, Frank Saliki Motivation on Thursdays. And so we have wide array of programming for you as TVBAKWETU. Now, as we are expanding, remember, we've done 1 year. Now, because we are expanding, we need to delink this brand. I don't know whether I'm pointing at it. We need to delink this brand, the BAKWETU brand, from my Facebook pages. So, very, very soon, in a few weeks, at most, we are going to delink it completely so that on my pages, BAKWETU does not appear on it, but it will have its own home, the BAKWETU page. Therefore, you are going to be receiving TVBAKWETU on the BAKWETU Facebook page of its own. I know it's not going to be, but we are willing to run the transition to see that we go to our own page, so that if it's personal, because there is this idea about to have a personal. No, it shouldn't be personal. So I managed to carry it personally on this page, but we need to grow it, and to grow it, I am still the leader or the CEO or whatever you call it. Some of my friends call me governor. But we need to delink it so that BAKWETU is able to stand and sustain itself as a brand on its own. So we've got to do that. And so that's what will be happening in the next few weeks, right? So if you haven't, please subscribe or like the BAKWETU page. We had a very excellent admin. I call him admin 2. Very excellent admin for the BAKWETU page, and we have managed to be where we are. But if you want to continue catching TVBAKWETU, you've got to go to that page, to the BAKWETU page, because very soon TVBAKWETU is going to disappear from my pages. No, but when it disappears from my pages, TVBAKWETU nishtakuli. No, kuikonkela TVBAKWETU to its own page. Kuikonkela. And the reason I'll still be appearing on that one, forever. We people, we humans have this bad habit of dying, and and several other things, and change, But as long as the Lord keeps us, we want to continue. But of course, we want to separate. That's it. It's just a separation process to depersonalize it, to depersonalize the brand. Okay, it still remains TVBAKWETU, but appearing on its own page, depersonalized, so that if it is personal, if you have a personal, if it is brandy, if you have a brandy. So please, So just say Bakwetu, and you can't miss the brand itself. So you can see the page. It is distinctive Bakwetu. So subscribe to it, and stuff like that. Okay. The music I was playing is Chilu's. Chilu has a concert on March 21st in Kitwe. March 21st in Kitwe. Now, all of you, wonse mwebena kitu na bena Lusaka, make a date, because you are going to get the best concert you've ever had. Elo ni concert te yakwa satana yo. Pantu mwate moku ya kuma concert yakwa satana. Hii ni concert yakwa Alesa. Pantu Chilu mwana wako Alesa. So, so he's bringing world-class Kalindula and Rumba combined together with worship. And so once mwewa kweba ti mushani na satana on March 21st mukaye mushani na Lesa in Kitwe at Chilu's concert. He's launching his album, and Alekum Fuafie, the one that I was playing right now. So on the 21st, I think it's 100 kwacha, 500 kwacha, and once mweva yumfua. I'm a big buyers, 1,000. Big buyers, 1,000 per ticket. Elo haba pakat. Big buyers, 1,000. Elo haba pakati. Elo haba pakati. Oh, I made a mistake. May. No, May. 21st May. 21 May, this month. Not much. Why? It's 21st May, this month. 21 in 11 days. Big buyers 1,000, our pakati 500, and then our ordinary tickets, I think it's 100 kwacha. So muye kuli Chilu, muye pa Facebook page, mushtama ticket. Mule kokushani na satana. Pantu mwachiramo, you know, musicians wakwa satana vaisa, you are there supporting them. Nomba oyuni musician wakwa Alesa, ninkombe yakwa Alesa. Kanshina imobonse mweva afisa amasha. You know, you conceal the dances. You think, where can we? No. So mukaye kuli concert yakwa Alesa and be part of it. Okay. So this one is for you, Chilu, and I wish you all the best on the 21st. Once a mweva koopala, koopa belt, please. 1,000, 500, and 100 kwacha. It's going to be nice. As a matter of fact, do it. Who is saying 2023? Iwe Bartolomeo, ma setting. No, it's 2022. It's this month. It's this month. Okay. Now, there is a lot that has happened. Okay, so let's get started. FTJ University. FTJ University. So this is what happened. They had this brilliant idea. I think they're going to build universities in several places. So, but it's the earmark a university Kuluapula, and they called it Frederick Chiluba University, somewhere in Mansa. And the total cost was millions. Is it 300 million? That would have been the total cost of the whole thing. Is it 300 or 120, whatever? Okay, it's 300 million. It's a lot of money. Okay, and so apparently they even laid the foundation stone in Luapula. They even started work. A few years later, but what has happened with that money is that it has disappeared. And they collected the money. The company that was doing it at Badi Bachita authorized to receive $33 million. Number Avena Mansa Evanjebede Mamana, because Badi Apo Pa University via checking Elobasa Sangokobati. If it Pa University, Fiama Dongo, you know, at they went. Okuya Sanga. Whatever work has gone into that thing is not even equal to 33 million. Now, a few years ago, the Honorable Minister of Wapula Province, Ishinaliawe bali ni ba Chilangwa, ba Nixon Chilangwa. Today, he's an opposition Patriotic Front Secretary General. Patriotic Front Opposition Secretary General, ba Chilangwa. Eba twebere on Facebook ukwebati, the government has released the full funding for the Frederick Chiluba University, and even works have started on the site. Mamona, because sometimes mulalanda tinendandaranda. No, it was actually Bachilangwa who told the people of Zambia. Na ifefwebena luapula okutweba ukwebati, the government has released money for the Frederick Chiluba University. Years later, the only thing that they built there, I can't fimbi. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. We've been asking this question and we ask it again. Where did the money go? Now, kuli abantu sabaira atiyo shidempiyepo shiri mu bank account somewhere. Mwamona abantu ababufi bakerenka. Kumyebati ngamwabekata. Kufwa yaka explanation. Ukwebati, this money is somewhere, yatululu piepo lulinomba lulimu banki somewhere. Iyo explanation taidepanga sense. Pantu kwenda ngezakutila, if the money is there, nishta shirekulila university, 1, 2. If the money is there, when did that money go to Exim Bank? Yo inebalera that Exim Bank. Kuliba mwabale abale sabairo koba, that is what is happening. The people of Zambia, whatever happened to Frederick Chiluba University and the theft of 33 million plus is exactly what we knew about the Patriotic Front. The fact that the Patriotic Front was a criminal organization. It is beyond redemption. There is nothing that you can do to redeem the Patriotic Front from its corruption and moral depravity. The Patriotic Front should disband itself, because as a brand, it is completely irretrievable. Now, it is not because of any other, it's not somebody who is just making up these things. It is the Patriotic Front itself. It's not that somebody went kuli bachilangwa no kuya balembera on his behalf. Okwebati, the government has released the money. No. Bachilangwa eba twebere. Okwebati ubuteko na buchita releasing pia to begin building the university. And the contractor is on site. 5 years later, nothing has been done. And when we complain ati yo nifuebo tukweto obwafya, mwamonefe bakerenka baba, baiba bakerenka, ero nomba baisa mkulanda that it is your fault as the people of Zambia. No, it's not your fault as the people of Zambia. It is the fault of the Patriotic Front. The entirety of the Patriotic Front. Apa you can't even divide ukobati you or abalifie they are few. No, it's the entire organization. The whole thing, the whole world of the Patriotic Front. Because when the Patriotic Front started governing our country, it was as if we were under a huge curse. Ichisomo. Because how else do you explain it? Minister, we've released money. No kukula tu atampo kukula. Tapali. And so we understand the people of Luapula are coming together in Mansa. If I had technology, but they are gathering together in Mansa on Friday. And I think it's Bishop Luchile, who is leading a group of Mansa residents to dramatize this issue. Okolanda pokwebati okuibira bekala chalo is not going to be acceptable. So I'm in support of those efforts by the people of Mansa to bring visibility to this issue. Ngarakutira olupia lwa chalo elo nomba mwaiba. Straightforward. If it's not even debatable. What is debatable here? Money was released and then money has disappeared. simple common sense. Bachirangwa batwe bati government na ichita release olupia. Elo apo bebe that man na iba release if it wire sangapo madongo yeka not enoku bepekesha babepekesha ati bakula pofimo no. To sanga pofio tu mi pipe na cement nefma slabs epela elo nomba tuai pusha okwebati what happened olupia lwile kwi tabare tolondolwela iyo tabalondolwele. So number if to watch that conclude the best way that we could okwebati bali they niba kongola tuibe they stole it. And so the people of Luapula, Echowakapokola, I hope namutupela permission as the peaceful people of Luapula to take that walk to highlight corruption. And the reason why we are highlighting it is because we want to be very clear that we as citizens, we are very serious against corruption. This is not even a witch hunt. Nga nindo twala bapatira bachirangwa nangu bachitaluchirufia nangu bachitotela nindo why would we atiyo mkwai nicho fitwali bapata bachitaluchirufia naba nabo bachitotela naba nabo bachirangwa. Why would we as the people of Luapula province? For what? Misango shabo ishakobat they were saying ukobati Luapula Northern is their bedroom. Kanji fibare chitaku bedroom ni finshi kuiba. How can you say that you have prioritized ukumwafuma ku Luapula province? No bukule na mtuwala ko kanshi bufimwe. Atina mtuwala bukule ku Luapula. Aba nensu ama fellow Zambians abena Zambezi. Bale monati ati ubuteko bwalipo because it was a tribalist government. Bale monakona kalimo the whole development ireya kubabemba ireya kubena Luapula. Mwebena Zambezi banensu alabwafia ababa kabwala alaba. They were even stealing na ku bedroom kuino kumwale andati ku bedroom. Bale iba. That's why as far as I'm concerned, the Patriotic Front is completely beyond redemption. I can never listen to any leader of the Patriotic Front. Chama na umfuako na kudi Shoni Zero. You see, Shoni Zero, chama na umfuako na ngufie na ngwalande fie Shoni Zero. Takwa teriash. No, but it's better na umfuako na kudi Shoni Zero than listen to the Patriotic Front. Never. Shoni Zero nshamutemwa. Shoni Zero wabufi. Shoni Zero wa Mlomo. Shoni Zero ni Botswana. Chawama na umfuako kuli Shoni Zero ukuchilo kumfwa to any leader of the Patriotic Front, because the Patriotic Front as a party, as a brand, is completely beyond redemption. It is a party of thieves. It is a party of kelenkas. It is a party that is responsible for much of the rot that has taken place in our country. That is just reality. They can't come back today and tell you Mwebena Zambia, okay, but they have a plan. The Patriotic Front, okay, if the Patriotic Front has a plan, it is a plan to come back and continue destroying the country. A plan BAKWETU. And what are the examples? We have several examples. Frederick Chiluba University. No, but kuriama jokes sana about this FTJ University. Others barenda titutwa. Atitutwa ngulube. Atitutwa ngulube is actually the Vice Chancellor of Frederick Chiluba University. Hello, Zambia. They are students of the Frederick Chiluba University in Luapula province. It's terrible. Now, takuliko na uku ichefia, you know, because sometimes ngawaku ikata tuleiva, kula watu wa ichefia. Nomba, vera, no kupama sana, mwe, bachilangu kupama. Mwebo, ni mamu atuwevere. Nomba, uku kupama kwa fumapi. Ni mamu atuwevere timpia has been released. Ero ifa tuwamona pari zero. Ero nomba bubutego wa isa po wevere 33 million, kwa liyama authorization of 33 million, it has disappeared. Nomba, mweba ume teimwe mwakana tamufishive the party of tatuishive nshishive katuishi FJT na ifwe tusumino ko batyo mkwaita mufishive ala nishisho nishikanshe mwaletu vepo obufi file mwaletu bachilangwa so file kanshe fe mwaletu weba fiali fiabufi okoba government has released money ndola mufulira ndola road balya baleteka balungu balea baleapo several times mufulira ndola money has been released, nothing was done. Ningufati naku mongu kwali atilewanika university. Money was released, nothing was done. So nomba tulebo mfia common sense. Tatulebo mfia fintu feel very complicated, simple common sense. And the question is, where is the money? No to kombo kulondolo le fintu fili. It's a simple question. Where is the money? Shonse shisho mwale chita release. No. On a serious note, may the curse of the Patriotic Front never return in our country. Let me make it even more political. May the curse of Edgar Chagwa Lungu never return to our country. Never. All right, that's enough. The next issue is the news diggers. Now, the news diggers have published an article about a certain gentleman who they say is a friend of the president. So, nomba news diggers at basanga mo buafia sana in the fact that bakateka bali kwa toyu munavo umusungu. Now, when you read, the news diggers have made a lot of allegations that lack substance. Okay? If Kateka alikuwa to munanko musungu, umutandalira umupanda kwa mano, what's wrong with that? First of all, bantu chiramuntu alakwata kwa munanko ule mpanda kwa mano. Bambi mu 2014 bali bepuishi. Mu 2014 mulya 15 basa bepshati ulya musungu munobe. Elo bakana atine ulya nokunuwa tetinwe nangwe yo bamukana omusungu alyo munabo bamukana tetvanwe nangwe. I can't drink with him if I ever South African Broadcasting Corporation tetvanwe nangwe. Abo bale nwanabo twaleba mona picture. Some are criminals. You know, you are in the country. Abananko bakwa kateka bale umfuika mu mariashi arms smuggling shani fya palefyo. Nomba natumvuata baba nabo is a very well distinguished gentleman. Aliremba nama books about how Africa can develop. Alirolesha, you know, he's an expert. Mufintu fimo. And news diggers is saying that it's a huge problem. No, news diggers, if they have evidence, let them tell us. Nombo kwambo kula tuweba chiupan to you alesa ku Zambia emiku itatu nangu emiku 4. What's wrong with that? If you're feeling ishmwe mulandu, yo. The people of Zambia are very serious about corruption, and the allegations of corruption better be substantiated so that we deal with it. That is not going to be acceptable. About investments, you attract investments into your country. Develop, it's attraction of foreign direct investment. The two most powerful nations in the world are the two most powerful attractors of foreign direct investment, China and the United States. Abasungu Americans and Europeans, every day they talk about it. Foreign direct investment. Na Chinese bene ababena batuko uko tuya muku Kongola. They talk about foreign direct investment every day. Number if we Zambia tukano kulanda pali foreign direct investment, we need it. If we are using at you, I'm a Chinese, we need to just deal with China. Imwe, China itself deals na basungu. The entire infrastructure of the Chinese economy, basungu bairekula. As a matter of fact, China yali yaita basungu. First of all, I'm a Chinese, baya kuma Americans kuba sungu. Elo baya money from Americans barekala. Elo baya baba sungu kuba timo mwe basungu. You are welders. You are carpenters. You shouldn't be doing all these things. Bring all these things. China. That's how China developed. Bayaku France. Frenchmen. Frenchmen. Don't even touch these things. If you to catch that, China. Basanga baterala in England. But no. Imamwe basungu tamufiro kula ikata kulifi twalikwata batera la kuisa ku China dabula ma cell phone bebere imamwe basungu mule tontonka nyafe mwachita design iPhone mwachita design but ayama parts twakula yabika kuisa ku China. China yasa isula abasungu bayingira mu China bachita develop China lelo China bali nonka. Elo nomba imwe muise bese bamye bati yo mkwai mwidiringa n'abasungu. If China ire diringa n'abasungu, why shouldn't we? If China ire mye bati yo yo mwidiringa nabo abasungu babi. Lelo China ire diringa nabo. If it's kafako from the outside, China na America, but they are trading with each other. They are buying and selling from each other. The amount of trade happening between America and China is huge. As a matter of fact, the trade between America and China, the entire world economy shakes. Number anger is not a plan. Obukali nechirumba. We are. No. That's not a plan. Chinese realized this a very long time ago. Baya mona how they can harness. Ukubombela chapamo. And they went to Basungu and invited Abasungu into China. Now, China is still a developing country. Never ever forget that. It's as developing as Zambia. It's still a developing nation because at that level, there should be certain income for your people, not only the money that you make as a government, but also the incomes of your people. So it's still a developing country. And yet it has managed to make all these strides because I'm a Chinese. Tabacha act according to Hukari, at Twakaripa. Atabasunga batababa, Twakaripa. No. They plan. They opened their country for investments, industries, factories, processing in their country. Some of those companies were owned by Abasungu. But they said, come and do it from our country. Come and do it from here. But that's what I'm noticing in the New Dawn. What the New Dawn is doing now. I'm not an insider of the New Dawn. I'm just a supporter. Mama, if it was shared and the by New Dawn, by UPND, ever win elections. Other than that, what other stakes do we have? Bamonefio economy bomba. By New Dawn. Bomba systematically and methodically to do what? To attract foreign direct investment, to expand our mining, to expand it. There is no country in the world that just taxes its way out of resources. Be it Chile or Peru or any other copper producers. As long as we are at 800,000 metric tons a year, we cannot grow our economy, no matter how much we are taxing. Therefore, what is going to predict our growth is expansion of our production. Because if now what 100 kwacha yobe, I mean, at yobe, at what is happening, I think what 100 kwacha, in 100 kwacha yandi, nef kansa sana 100 kwacha yobe. Elo number kwa possibility. Iya kwebati, you can have 1,000 people in your country. Elo 1,000 wako lapo kako $1, $1, $1, $1. You're going to see that you're going to have 1,000. Na pakupoka kariaka $1 from everyone nishi before tabala kupera kariaka $1 as a government. They've already employed some people. They've raised some specific skills that a country needs. That is what builds our economy. That is what grows our country. Do not be lied to by pseudo economists. I'm sorry, they're pseudo. The only way out is for us to tax our way to the 800,000 metric tons. We can't. It will make us feel good. But what is feeling good when you have an empty stomach? We need to expand to 3 million metric tons. If we expand it to 3 million metric tons, it means then that our mining industry right now, from 800,000 metric tons, it will have, is it double or 3 times more? 3 million. Quadruple workers. Imagine our mining now expanding its workforce from the current number at 800,000 metric tons to 3 million metric tons. Those are jobs. Before you even talk about taxes, those are jobs. Before you go to taxes, those are jobs. The next thing is royalties. You get more money out of royalties at 3 million metric tons. That is the focus of where this thing is headed to, and I think I have a better hang of it because in Mbomfia common sense. First of all, if China and America relate, you know what's that? No. But beyond they are dealing with each other. No. Okay, ngababi nishi tamwa bachira abandon. Imwe mulomfuana. Elo mwaisa tuwebati yo. No. We look towards our own interests as a country. What is going to expand our growth? Who is going to invest in our jobs in our country? Jobs. Who is going to invest in our jobs in our country? Who is going to invest in trades? Our country stopped concentrating on trades. Welders, tailors, bricklayers, tailors, carpenters, nothing. Now, how can you have factories and industries without all these critical critical trades? Anger, ukali, it doesn't resolve anything. Plans do. Steady plans. These plans were done by the Chinese. These plans were done by the Singaporeans. These plans were done by several other nations that have managed to pull their people out of poverty. The President Hakainde Hichilema, did tell the mining indaba in Cape Town to say it is inexcusable that Africa, with so much resources, should be poor. It is inexcusable. But how do we get out of that? It is not a reaction of anger and pride. It is through paying attention. Ama-Chinese nga bayisamye bachimo. Eno nomona mwamona mwebere imwe muletwebe efi. Lelo abasungu abo muletweba. Mulya nabo. Munwa nabo. Nga bwaira ifintu ifire fuma ku China ifire yako basungu fingi. No. We must stop particular line to people simply because of ideologies. Those things are gone. China itself, put it away. They opened their country. To develop it. To work with them. Today their economy stopped. Now if we need to look at our own interest as a country. But if we are looking for investments, it is not true that the Zambian government on its own can raise the kind of capital input we need in our mining. Let me give you an example. Mopani copper mines. If it was very easy, Zambian government can just go in there, no kuchita source impia to invest in Mopani copper mines. What happened? What did he do with Mopani copper mines? He paid the former owners 1.5 billion. Iyo TVBAKWETU. So tuali Kongola 1.5 billion to pay money. Right? That's what we did. I think there is a problem with network. We borrowed 1.5 billion to buy more. To buy Mopani. Anyway, so this idea that we as a country, all we need is to just mobilize all this machinery. We just mobilize this machinery to ambo kuimbira copper. You know, yeah, anyway, this idea that I think I'm experiencing serious network disruptions. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so this idea that all that the Zambian government needs to do is to just find money and then to ambe definitely sounds good. Because it's predicated on the fact that we are angry. You know, we are angry. So because we are angry, we need to do it. We need to get our minds, and we even call it our minds. But more than that, we need to collaborate. Invite those people that can put their capital on the line, bring in machinery so that we can expand our copper growth and output from 800,000 metric tons to 3 million metric tons. That is what we need to do. And that should remain our focus. So I have seen that that is where the government is focusing on, and I wish them all the best, the Hichle Manalo Mango administration. Now, there is suddenly an issue about Vedanta, and I want to talk about it because I have very, very strong thoughts about Vedanta. You see, we Zambians need to face sometimes an inconvenient truth. It's very important. Let me start here. All along, you as citizens, you were taught that KCM is a foreign investment. Okay? Now, that is just partially true. In actual fact, KCM was a product of several forces. The first one is Vedanta. The second one is ZCCM Investment Holdings. The third one is the Minister of Finance and several other shareholders. 4. So Vedanta, ZCCM, the minister, because the minister is a company. Under our laws, the Minister of Finance is actually a company. Who knew? Okay. So then other shareholders. So we've got 4 entities in KCM. 4 entities in KCM. What we have been told all along appears to be that there is only one entity. That is how we thought about it. That is how our nation behaved. That is how our people think, that the only player in KCM was just Vedanta. That is not true. When you now look at what was the problem at KCM, it's going to give you an idea of where the problem was. So there are things that Vedanta can do. There are things that we, through our at least 2 representatives, right? ZCCM Investment Holdings and the minister. And we had board members on the board of KCM. So on the board of KCM, it was not just Vedanta, it was also Zambians on the board, appointed by the minister, appointed by the president, appointed by ZCCM Investment Holdings. When it comes then to what is going on at KCM, the question is, what did our Zambian directors know? That is where the issue is. When the reports were being given, were they reading them? And if so, for how long? There is no investor who can come and cause confusion in our country if our own people are sitting up and paying attention during their board meetings. There is no investor who can do that. Therefore, if we are angry at Vedanta, let us channel the same anger to our fellow citizens who sat on that board. Now, not only that, but to the politicians who appointed those people who sat on that board. If we can't do that, it means then that no matter which investor comes in, there's going to be trouble. The time of business as usual, from the way I'm looking at the New Dawn administration, is over. It's no longer business as usual, not anymore. Under the New Dawn number, takulifyati you are a board member if you're fashion. No. Nango kumoneka bwino. Nango kwaisha bwino. No. You've got to work. You've got to prioritize the interests of your country. So was Vedanta the problem? Oh, you could say yeah. But where else lay the problem? Political leadership. Political leadership only reacted when it was politically expedient for them. They were never faithful to business principles. They were never faithful to what was going on. They were not paying attention to the people of Chingola and to KCM. They weren't. They weren't. For years, they were sitting on the board. We had political supervisors. We had ZRA. We had everything, but they ignored it for many years. The question is why? So, can Vedanta actually do better under new set of political supervision? Yes. Because, let me say it again, the problem does not just lie with the investor who comes to invest in your country. Go and look at China. The reason why investors behave when they go to China is because China is very clear on what it wants. Our starting point should be, what is it that we want? We need investors. We need them. Don't let anyone lie to you what we don't need them. We do. China does. America does. Canada does. These countries are competing for foreign direct investment. The issue is we've got to be steady as a people. We've got to be steady as a people. So if we are steady and Vedanta wants to come and reinvest the money, why should we say no? Again, you see, it's not anger. Anger is not a plan. You know, ubukari. Vedanta shanshan. No. Vedanta yari tumpa akale. Pantwaba le teka. Bali suminishia. Aba balipo. Barenda tinga mwale tolupia. Tukapika po ama directors that are serious. Firefia chitika mwalungu ifya kubati abantu fya pantu bamipera lutuku chapwa. There is nothing like that under the New Dawn. That's why between ukuyasanga investor umbi, first of all, at fwebene tukafwaye 4 billion naini ya kuchisa invest in KCM. That's a non-starter. Lungu alitushakale with $30 billion worth of debt. We are not going to go anywhere else to come and get that debt in order to invest in these huge infrastructure projects like KCM and Mopani. I don't see it. Which means then that we bring an investor. What happens with an investor is that then they are willing to put their money on the line, so at the promise that bakasenda mwaka nono at the end of the day. In other words, you as a country, muleba bomfia. They are not using you. You see, akale kwaliati ni baremi bomfia. No. Ni mwe muleba bomfia. You are using them to develop your country. Nabobalesanga mwaka nono, but at the end of the day, you are using them to develop your country, to invest in capital, invest in machinery and everything else. E mentality that it's easy. You know, sometimes to require a lot of courage. We Zambians are motivational speakers by nature. And it's easy. Umuntu ale biala tomato. And it's easy. I'm pumping. Go and grow tomatoes and cabbages. It will be easy. No. kuba real. What is the best way to do this thing? Kuchenjela. Filafine China ya bomfisha abasungu to develop na ifwe bene. Efyo tufire tuwachita. Ukuchenjela. Ukubabomfya. Tekulenda fyeti yu kanshita tulefwa icho kanshi mwebena chingola. Mwebena chiwempala banandi. Tualikalipa. It's true. Lelo at the end of the day tumone plan. This time around nga bali bakubwera ba Vedanta shishibenga balebwera nangutabaleebwera lelo nga bali bakubwera bakasanga ko bati fintu fyali chinja bali abalipo abale kitefya madongo dongo tapali elo nga bali bakubwera elo basanda balefo kuleta mu 1 billion chitifye instead yako bati ubuteko bwesu buye bukongole 1 billion kumbi pantu takuli kwa kukongola twali kongola kale 30 billion pano no kubapela ama guidelines bwino ba Vedanta ko bati mwe tulefwa yo kuimona 1 billion epela mopani nayo chimo chino bofe boko bati we are owing it a company at Glencore 1.5 billion efe bashilungu bachitire ati bapokolola mopani kanshi ninkongole 1.5 billion. So number 8, change of climate in our country. We need to take advantage of it. Wangu abantu tulefwa yama youths bengire nchito wangu you know quick inchito shimoneke jobs you know so lwezi their jobs kulia tukwala isa 1.5 billion so tulefwa ya wangu KCM you can't 5 years KCM is in legal problems. To be clear, ama legal problems are all over the world. Nakunuku inekuba sungu. Ichintunga chaingira mu court. It's years. Kuba sungu. So you can't develop a country yakobati ukukoti. You can't. So abanga bana ngaba baiperisha bana bakwata 1 billion. Aleni bane. Shishibe if you bare tonton kanya bakateka. But if Vedanta na ikwata 1 billion, everenda to bala pirata bakaweke shepo file bare chitakuli balungu. Why not? Give them a chance. Ngamafirwa tukavapoka. Epera. Icho tulefwa ya ni nchito, jobs in Chingola, jobs. No kubeba fiata ma contractors number. You see, akalefe chali ma contractors, badi ma ruling party cadres. Party cadres bale ya mkweba KCM at pele ni contractor you. People that had no experience whatsoever in what they were doing. They were destroying KCM. They were destroying our country. God bless you and God bless our country. We are going to chat again some other time. Good night.